Happy New Year! We've been exploring in the last few days how we can make 2024 the best year of our lives. I'd like the next couple of minutes to review what we have been discussing yesterday in our broadcast, and we looked at the four core pillars of the Multipliers Club, which are X Factor, X Growth, X Community, and X Impact. And I have spoke about the great quote by Tony Robbins: "Proximity is power." It is important for each one of us to surround ourselves with people who are better than us, people who we learn from, mentors. And sometimes good mentors are expensive, but a really good way to be mentored from a distance, it's true, is to read good books. So I would like to share with you what I've recommended yesterday in yesterday's broadcast. Several really good books that I've read that I really like, and these books have impacted my life in a really big way. Several of them are by Peter Diamandis. Also, Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's a really good book on productivity. Atomic Habits, probably it is the best book in the world on developing good habits. The 10X Rule, it's a very interesting book, a really easy read, but it really challenges us to set goals that are 10 times bigger than we can achieve. And it's a bit crazy to say, why should I put 10 times higher goals than what I can achieve? But yes, it is a very interesting exercise. And it's amazing to think that you can potentially make 10 times more money or love your spouse 10 times more than you love them right now. And the second principle outlined in the book that I mentioned yesterday is that we have to put 10 times more effort. And yes, there is a good chance that we can achieve a lot more if we go through this process. So I highly recommend the book. And the last book that I mentioned yesterday is The Ideal Team Player by Patrick Lencioni. Brilliant book. It can be used in understanding the core principles in how to develop great relationships, and also some good principles in how to hire people. And the core idea there is that we should have people in our lives who are humble, hungry, and smart. I highly recommend this book. Also, I mentioned yesterday that the quality of our habits is the quality of our life, and it is important to have good quality habits. And I recommended two pieces of software on our phones. One that I'm testing right now is TickTick, that it really helps to develop habits and to have the consistency of these habits, and to see the chain that you do not break every day to continue to do the habits. And the Todoist, of course, you can review them, search on YouTube, where you can see even the comparison between these two pieces of software. But one of the core things that we are discussing about and that we are researching is the idea of exponential organizations. And we are implementing some great strategies where we believe that Multipliers Club will grow exponentially this year. And the 6 core principles in exponential organizations mentioned by Peter Diamandis is digitize, deceptive, disruptive, demonetize, dematerialize, and democratize. And when an organization has these 6 principles, it has a really good chance to grow exponentially. And in our free webinar that we will have next Thursday, we will go a lot deeper on how we will be able to grow exponentially, and our invitation for you to join our club. What is interesting is that we can look in nature And we can see that these exponential principles are working. So if we think about the corn, yes, each corn cob has on average 800 kernels. So you put 1, 2, or 3 in the ground and you have 800. So the exponentials are in nature. If we look at the wheat, right? Each ear of wheat has on average 48 grains. So we see the multiplication in nature. Now, the good question is, how can we take what we see in nature and apply it in our own lives? How can we apply this to our money? We are used to see money growing at 2, 5% if you put them in the bank. But somebody else makes a lot more money. Who makes the money? Usually the banks. Look at their buildings, look at their salaries. So why not create a system where we ourselves benefit a lot more from the growth that it is possible? Now, today, I would like to look at the domino effect. The domino effect is very interesting, and Stephen Morris has a PhD in geophysics. And he demonstrates here just with a few dominoes, from a small one to a big one. Each domino is 1.5 times bigger. And let's watch this video. It's a very interesting video, and we'll discuss then a little bit more.
Everybody knows about playing with dominoes, but what you may not know is that a domino can knock over another domino which is about 1.5 times larger. So what I have here is a chain of dominoes. Each one is 1.5 times larger than the previous one. And the smallest domino is about 5 millimeters high and 1 millimeter thick. And I will carefully place it. And there are 13 dominoes, and the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds and is more than 1 meter tall. Ready? Boom. That was 13 dominoes. If I had 29 dominoes, the last domino would be as tall as the Empire State Building.
Amazing, right? The first time I saw it, I thought, wow, how can I apply this in my life? What are the small things that I need to do that will have a huge impact? I heard Stephen Morris saying that the difference in energy from the first piece to the last piece is 2 billion times. Can you imagine 2 billion times more energy in the last piece than in the first one? And all this then happened by itself, right? Of course, there is the gravitational energy and a lot more involved there. But the good question is, what can we do in our business, in the area of our money, and in other areas of our life where small things can have a huge impact? That's what we are exploring. And it's really, really exciting to know that we can do some things that can have a huge impact in our lives. I spoke about this in previous broadcasts, but if we invest $200 a month for the next 10 years, that's 120 months, it will be $24,000. Now, if we would invest these $200 a month and have on average a 5% return on the investment every 30 days and compound that, so the amount that we get at the end of 30 days, we will all invest it again and again and again. By the end of the 120 months, so 10 years, we will have $1.4 million. So this is a sort of a domino effect on our money. Of course, we have to have a good place where to invest money with 5% return on investment on monthly basis, and it's not necessarily very easy. But in our Multipliers Club, I'm pretty sure that we will have quite a few opportunities to do this on regular basis. Now, the amazing things that happening, it's even a bigger domino effect, is when it's not only you, but it's several of your friends who are doing this together with you. So if you would have 10 friends who are part of the Multipliers Club, and they also invest on average $200 a month for the next 10 years, at the end of 10 years, you will have $9.1 million into your own account. And we will do this in a decentralized way where you don't have to give us the money for the investment. You have 100% control of your own account or your own investments, because we are doing this through a decentralized investment platform. So this is just a small glimpse of what it will be going on in the Multipliers Club, and how I strongly believe that we can have this effect in our lives and in our money. But true wealth, it's not only about money. We know a lot of very rich people who have a lot of money, but they have miserable life, and they are not wealthy by any means, because wealth is about a certain balance in all areas of our life. So my challenge to you is to name in the comments below, name the top three areas of our life where you would like to see the compound effect happening. And yes, it is possible sometimes through a hug of a loved one, through some quality time, to have a huge impact. And just yesterday, I've spent half an hour with somebody important in my life, and the effect was amazing, just spending over a cup of coffee some quality time. And yes, I strongly believe that we can have this domino effect in our life, but we have to be thoughtful about it, and we have to put the effort, that small effort that can have a huge impact. And in tomorrow's broadcast, we will go a lot deeper in how we can apply the domino effect in our life. So I would challenge you to follow us on our social media, and to join us tomorrow again, when we will go a lot deeper into the domino effect and the practical applications that the domino effect can have in our lives. I would like also to invite you to participate in our free webinar that will be next Thursday, January 11th at 5 p.m. UK time, where we will look for about an hour and a little bit at the 4 core pillars, and we will present to you a lot more how you can benefit from the Multipliers Club. We are building a community of multipliers. And we do not want just to multiply money, but to multiply the impact of our lives in our families, in our communities. And yes, we do encourage each person to have their own Multipliers Club. I believe, as I said before, proximity is power, and we should, each one of us, have people in our lives, have friends who are better than us, who we invite to be in our Multipliers Club, because together we can do a lot more. So again, I would like to invite you to be part of the next webinar next Thursday. And I'm sure that you will benefit a lot. And just invite 2 or 3 friends to come with you. And we will explore how the domino effect, how the exponentials can really be in our lives in several areas of our life. And the main subject is how we can become financially free. So see you on Thursday. Thank you.